Welcome to the Passion Behind the Art Show. It's all about diving in with individuals to learn the story behind their passion. It's your host, Darold Pinnock. Welcome, Happy New Year. It's a new year, a new season, a new opportunity for you, new opportunity for all of us. It's that time of year again when we get ready for our New Year's resolution. We're ready to start that new idea, start that business, start that new workout regimen, planning to get fit, that new diet, the famous I need to drink more water. It's that time of year again when just the thought process of being able to start in something new or even stop doing something. It's January. And a lot of us are just hopeful for this year, hopeful for things that we want to get done. I know I am, and I'm pretty sure you are too. A lot of us are planning out, if we haven't planned already, or just ready to take action on the things that we want to get done this year. So it's that time of year. And I really want to talk to you about this principle that I've always lived by. And as I share more and more of my expertise, what I know, what I've learned, this one is near and dear to my heart. And it is this principle that I live by, and it's responsibility creates opportunity. And I've been living by this principle for a long time, and it's helped me out greatly. It's changed a lot for me. It's propelled me to grow faster. It's propelled me to get at a higher level, at a quicker pace. And I just want to share it with you to help you out, and I hope this is something that kind of kickstarts your new year and gets you going into something great. All right? And how did this come about? And what is this? Responsibility creates opportunity. I'm a firm believer that the more responsibility you take on, the more responsible you are for the things in your life, the more opportunity you get. I'm a firm believer of that. I believe if you take conscious action on certain things in your life, in certain situations, if you're deliberate on certain things, you get better results, quicker results in your life. Grant Cardone wrote a book called 10X Rule. And he had a great analogy in the book that I feel like it will help you understand more and more as I break this principle down to you about, say one day your power goes out. The first thing you're going to do is try to get in touch with the electrical company to figure out why your power went out, when is it going to come back on, and how could they let this happen, right? So basically, this is all on the electrical company for causing this to happen, right? But if you have the mindset that responsibility creates opportunity, the first thing you're going to think about is, what could I have done to cause this to not happen? And in the book, it goes as far as using the analogy that, what if you got a generator? Hook up the generator to your house. So if the next time the power goes out in your neighborhood, you'll be the only one still with power, because the generator will kick in and you'll still have power. And That is the mindset that I have lived by. That whatever is going on in my life, if something is happening that I don't like, what can I do to change it? What can I do to influence the outcome? Right? And of course, I can't change everything, and you can't stop certain things. And there are certain things that it's just out of your control. But what can I do to influence the things that I do have control over? You don't like your day job. Usually when someone doesn't like their day job, what's the first thing to do? They look forward to Friday. They look forward to just, you know what I mean? Let me get this off, get it off my mind. Let me get this crappy place off my mind. I'm tired of this place. What can I do to just get it off my mind? So you live for the weekend. It's Friday. Friday comes around. You hang out with your friends. You do your thing. But then once Sunday hits, it's back to, oh God, I got to go back to this place that I can't stand, this place that I hate going. And so Monday morning becomes very bitter. That's why most people hate Monday mornings, right? You continue the cycle. And it's just like, oh, my life is wrapped around my weekends. And you constantly let the cycle keep going and going and going and going. But with this mindset of saying that responsibility creates opportunity, now you start thinking, all right, I don't like this job. What can I do to get out of this job? What can I do to influence the situation that I'm in? So instead of hanging out during your nights and weekends, you start making a conscious effort to get out of this job. And I know that's not a popular thing, and I know that, you know, who does that? This is my only free time. This is the only free time I got. Why would I use that to go do something else other from just go relax, take it easy, get a drink, whatever the case may be? But if each Monday morning you wake up and you hate where you're going, why would you want to continue that vicious cycle? Why would you want to continue that that routine? So you start thinking in this mindset that, okay, how can I take some responsibility for the situation that I'm in, right? And and so now it becomes more than just filling out a job application. It's now you're being strategic about this. You are being deliberate about this. And of course, now you got to break down what exactly you're going to do. But your mind is now in a better place. And I guarantee you, the minute you start doing that, you're no longer thinking about, oh, I got to go back to this crappy job. You're so focused and engaged about what I got to do to get out of this job that you're no longer focused on, oh, it's Monday morning again. You're looking forward to getting home. You're looking forward to the weekend to start working on whatever it is that you're working on to get out of the situation that you're in, right? And the job no longer becomes this crappy job to you. It just becomes a means to an end, and sooner or later you're working on getting out of here. So that's one aspect. For me, I've used this in every aspect of my life. So there were times when I felt like, you know what, I'm either always at work, I'm always grinding out my nights and weekends, and I don't really get to hang out with my kids as I would like to. So I know that there's a small little window, other from the time that I usually hang out with them, small little window where my kids are getting ready for school and they got a little time before they leave. So guess what? I get up earlier than usual to hang out with my kids, to spend an extra 10 minutes to be with them. And that's just me making small little steps. You know, now they look forward to it. They expect it. And that's how you have to approach it. I'm telling you, this works. It works with the friends that you have around you. Like if you feel like certain things are not happening, like you start looking at your friends and you start thinking, okay, evaluating, where are they taking me? You can't just let life happen to you. I'm a man of faith, and I believe there's a scripture in the Bible that says, faith without works is dead. Like literally, all the faith, all the hope in the world, if you are not taking any action, it's not going to work. They go hand in hand. You have to have faith. You have to have hope in where you're trying to go and what you're trying to get done. But you also got to put in the work. And a part of that is taking responsibility for your life, taking responsibility for your finance, taking responsibility for the relationships that you build, taking responsibility for your reaction, your attitude. So it's a holistic look on your day-to-day life. You have a business. How is my business growing? What can I do what am I not doing? When you're dealing with customers, so much times we start thinking about, you have a bad client or whatever. In my point of view, if you run into a so-called bad client, there's something that you didn't do. So with this mindset, you start thinking ahead and saying that, okay, these are the various things that I've run into, or these are the various things that I can run into. What can I do to prevent this from happening? What can I do to cause my client to ask less questions? What can I do to make sure everything is clear on what they have to do? What the stages are? What's next in the project? Like, have I made this extremely clear on what's next, what's required of them? That's your responsibility as a service provider. And the more you start looking at it like that, the more influence you will have. The more, it's not going to be 100% easier, but I guarantee you, you will acquire more opportunity, and more opportunities in so many different ways. It comes in so many different ways. So as we all kick off our new year, our new plans, all the things that we want to accomplish, the more responsibility you take on. And this is not just naive responsibility. This is not just saying yes to every single thing that comes your way. That's not the case at all. You first have to know your priorities. Know what your values are. Know where you're trying to go. Get that in order first. Then your yeses, your nos are influenced by your priorities, by where you're trying to go, and move accordingly, right? So it's not like just a blind, oh, they want me to do more work at the job, so yeah, let me do it. And I know this is hard. I know this is not something easy, and it may even seem silly to some people, but I'm telling you, it works. At a day job, I've used it. If I wanted to get a higher pay, if I wanted to get promoted, all I did was take on more responsibility. Because at a job, if you take on more responsibility, it's going to cause you to stand out to the point where they have no choice but to recognize you, right? And that also helps you to create leverage, right? And that's even a whole nother level. And it also requires you to kind of get rid of some pride, because, I remember one time I was trying to get a higher position at a job, and I applied so many different times for different positions, and I didn't get them. Sometimes I just didn't get it, and other times I was blocked. And I could have just been like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of applying for this position. I'm tired of not getting where I need to get. But it wasn't about that. It was about getting ahead. And for you to actually have this mindset, you have to stop worrying about, don't take everything personal. Like, the goal is to get ahead. Don't get too emotional into it. Just move forward. All right. So, and eventually I did get a higher position. I did get a higher pay. And I wasn't even necessarily a senior at the job. I wasn't there the longest. There were people there longer than me, way longer than me, and I still got a position. And I've used this constantly at different jobs. I've used this to get more pay. And it's just, it's a strategy and at the same time a mindset. Because you have to get out your own way. Because sometimes you can get in your own way and feel like, I'm not going to do all this. Nah, not for, I'm not kissing up or blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case may be. But when you're trying to get ahead in life and when you're trying to reach a certain goal, you can't worry about what people think, how it's going to look. All those things don't matter. Because for me, it's all about getting to a certain level to be able to better provide for my family, to make sure my wife and kids are well taken care of. And that's the drive. There's nothing else. So if that means I gotta go, and I'm not talking about anything illegal or anything like that, but if that means I gotta apply for a position more than one time, I'm gonna do it. And there's always different kind of roadblocks you run into. Sometimes, like, I've run into the race roadblock. And the whole idea of that, the system is set up to make it harder for a black man. Like, okay, that's the card I've been dealt. It's my responsibility to figure out, what I gotta do to get ahead. Is it fair? No. Is it easy? No. But there's no time to get all emotional and get all bent out of shape. You only have time to get ahead. And the time you spend on getting emotional, getting out of shape, getting bent out of shape, taking things too personal, complaining, those things stunt your growth. And it causes you not to grow. And it causes you to stay one place with the same people forever. And until you get out of that, you will forever be right there. And then you all will be in this one group and you're wondering, why am I not getting ahead? Why am I in this situation? Because we sometimes fail to take responsibility. And it's not about if it's your fault or it's somebody else's fault. At the end of the day, it's my life. It's your life. And the only person that will stop you from getting to where you need to get, it's you. And the quicker I understood that, the quicker I could get out of my feelings or anything like that. So I hope this kind of gives you a little extra nudge. It pushes you. It gets your year started. What can I do? What do I need to focus on? What responsibilities do I need to take on that more opportunities can come my way? And it's just that simple. It's that simple, and it's not easy, but it's just that simple. The more you are willing to take responsibility for your life, the more I was willing to take responsibility for my life, what goes on in my life, what I let into my life, and what I take out of my life, the more opportunities came my way. So I'm excited for 2018. I hope you're excited for 2018. I hope you're excited to make some great movements, no more excuses. And I hope this will just push you over to just take this year by storm. Because I'm pulling for you. I want you to succeed. And I hope this podcast has been helping you to grow and just giving you inspiration by hearing these different stories of people one step at a time, taking control and moving ahead in life. I want to say thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach me at DPCREATES on Instagram or Twitter. And please leave me a review on iTunes because that helps the podcast to grow. Thanks again. Be blessed.